Did you read the news about the thing that's happening today? Yeah.
Ah, here we go again.
The first home buyer deposit scheme is set to kick off January 1st, 2020.
Today, we're going to go through the first homeowner scheme and how that's going to help you in 2020.
Including a few suburbs that you're going to be able to buy with the 5% deposit using a bit of help from the government.
Let's dive right in.
All right, Ants, before we get too excited, give me the breakdown on the first home buyer's deposit scheme.
In brief, the government is guaranteeing 10,000 first homeowners with less than a 20% deposit to get their first home from January 1 next year.
Yeah, that's right, Nathan, but there are a couple of property price caps. For example, in Brisbane, you can only buy homes up to $475,000, in Sydney up to $700,000, in Melbourne up to $600,000. Bearing in mind that those figures are dependent on what capital city you are, and they actually drop if you go in other areas within the state. So check out the link below where we've got all the details.
And the main benefit of this first homeowner scheme is the government's backing first homeowners to avoid the nasty thing called lender's mortgage insurance. We've all heard of it, and it's applicable when you have less than a 20% deposit. What that means is for someone buying a $400,000 property with less than 20% deposit, so let's say you had 5% deposit, our first homeowners are saving $15,000 in lender's mortgage insurance. So a massive saving here, one that many are going to jump on, and is based on a first in, first served basis.
Some of the brief downsides that we can see are: one, the government guarantee lasts for as long as you own the property or until you refinance. So you're kind of locked into that bank that you go with up front. So it could be a downside because there's rate creep and all sorts of things that can happen if your situation changes. The second thing that we're not sure about is the interest rates may be higher because these loans could be potentially riskier than the standard lender's mortgage insurance loans the banks are used to and potentially make money on. So this we're not sure about. Again, there hasn't been all the details released, so as the January 1st date approaches, when we get more information, we'll keep you guys posted.
And the last is, as Jaden said, there's not a lot of details around this yet, so we're not sure with the government guaranteeing how that money gets paid back. Is the bank going to lend you the full 95% of the loan, or is the bank going to lend you 85%? And then the government gives you 15%. We're still not sure on the exact details on how that's going to work and how that's going to impact you on the future if you sell your property.
You haven't answered my question. Quite right.
So Jaden, let's talk about a real life example here. So I'm based in Brisbane. If I'm a first homeowner looking to buy a property, the cap is $475,000 in Brisbane. So what areas can I look at if I'm looking for a house in Brisbane?
Yeah, so keep in mind that this scheme is on a first come, first served basis. So if you're thinking about buying a property in December next year, the money might already be gone. So you want to get in there quick if you're thinking about taking this up. But if you're looking at buying in Brisbane, a couple of suburbs that are below that median house price, if you're looking at buying a house, include Capalaba, Tagum and Thornside. These are all places that you can buy a home according to the median house price of under $475,000. So equally, Nathan, what about if I'm looking at buying in Sydney? What are a couple of suburbs that I can find a house, probably going to be far from the city, for under 700 grand?
So for this example in Sydney, we know that 700 is a limit. So it's higher than Brisbane, but equally so, house prices are higher in Sydney. So the three suburbs that were under 700,000 median house price in Sydney were Fairfield West, Woodcroft, Seven Hills, and Cabramatta.
Now for our friends in Victoria, we don't want to leave you guys out. A couple of suburbs that you can check out where the median house price is under $600,000 and only just include Dandenong North, Somerville, and West Meadows. Obviously these change on the daily. There's going to be properties that are selling for more or less, but it gives you a bit of an idea on what you can buy and where you're going to be able to buy with this scheme. So it is a little bit restrictive.
So just remember, it's not limited to houses only. That was just an example. You can buy units, townhouses, any sort of property as long as it's under the price bracket limit. As Jaden said before, it is limited to the first 10,000 first homeowners, first in, best dressed basis. So if you are planning to do something at the end of next year, 2020, it's probably going to end by that stage. And the last thing to remember, it is income means tested. So there is certain criteria that needs to be met. We're still waiting on a lot more information to come clear. So as it does, we'll continue to update our website. We'll keep details to the link below. As always, guys, thanks for watching today. If you found today's video helpful, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.